Right, this is going to be a tutorial or lesson thing for the chorus part in Touch It Over by Eric Johnson. It's the bit I just played a second ago. It's not actually that hard. I guess the hardest part about it is getting it up to speed, and it's not really that fast, so you know. Anyway, so also just a heads up, I don't use the fingering that most people do. I seem to use my third finger for most things instead of my fourth finger, which most people use. Anyway, so, and also it might be slightly different to some tabs and stuff you find. This is just the way I play it. So anyway, it starts out with this bit. Now you want to go to the D string, 14, 12, 14. You can do it anyway you want. You can hammer it on, pick it, slide it, whatever. I always pick it. So anyway, 14, 12, 14 on the D. And then you want to go up to 17 on the G string. And you want 14 D, 14 G, and then back to 17 G. Now you want to move down to 16 on the G, and then you want to do 12 D, 12 G, and then back to 16 G. So 16, 12, 12, 16. So go on there. 17, 14, 14, 17, 16, 12, 12, 16. Now you got this bit. And this bit's pretty simple. It's just 14 on the G string, 12 on the D string, 11 on the G string, and back to 14 on the G. And then after that, you want to go to 12 on the D string, 11 on the G, and I'll show you that in a sec. That's what you want. That bit. So you got this bit. After that, so it's not hard, right? So you've got that. So I'll just play it all the way through so far. That's the next bit, that bit. So, you got this bit. You want to do this pattern again, 16, 12, 12, 16. And then this pattern again. 14, G, 12 on the D, and then you want to hold the 11 on the G. And now you want G, 12, 11, down to the D, 14, 12, and then 14 on the A string. With like a swingy kind of rhythm. Right, that's the first part of it, pretty simple. And then you want to go back to the 17, 14, 14, 17, that bit again. And then the 16, 12, 12, 16 again. That bit again. And then this time you want to do 14 on the G, 12 on the D, 11 on the G, 14 again. So you've got that still, so those patterns are all the same at the second time round, but now, after that, it hits, well, this is how I do it. Sometimes it's other places when other people do it. I then hit the 15 on the B string. So, okay, so say you've hit the, so you've got this bit. You want the 12 on the D, 11 on the G, and then 14 on the G, after you've hit the 15 on the B. Sorry about this, by the way, it's hard to play it slow and realise what you're doing. Right, so that's 12, 11, 14. I'll play it slowly. Now you want the 16, 12, 12, 16 pattern again. The 14, 12, 11, 14 pattern again. And then you want that bit again. So 12, 11 G, 14, 12 D. But instead of hitting the A, instead of doing this, you want to go. So that's how I do it. 12 on the E string. So. So you got that, and then after that bit, it just goes back to the first bit again. That all again, and then this time is that again. And this is the bit where it changes. It goes. Goes back to that bit. So that is just the same bit again. All the way up to there. You can figure that out by yourself. And then instead of going or anything like that, you just go 12, 11 on the G. Then down to 9 on the G. Then 9 on the D, and 7 on the D, and then 7 on the G. So. Make sure you hit the 7 on the D twice. Then it goes to the 8 on the B string. And back into this bit. All of that bit again, which I'm not going to do. But so I'll just play it all slowly. Sorry. Back to that. So it's pretty easy. All it is really is, if you listen to the beginning part of the vid, if you forget, just go back to the beginning to learn what these patterns are. Those, because I'll tell you what they are at the beginning of the vid. They're pretty simple, because that's what basically what it is, and there's a few changes down here, and that's basically it. And then all the rest is well, that's good. And of course the awesome solo. And all that stuff. And all that. Anyway, I hope this has helped, and please comment and rate and stuff. It's my first lesson, so if I've been too quick or not detailed enough, I'm sorry, but I'll try and improve in the future. Thanks, and enjoy playing clips.